You are now tuned in to Peach State TV, where any gym is home. www.peachstatehoops.com. As you can see, we get right into our EBA All-American Camp recap. National Director of Scouting Keil Moore is here with me. You're watching this first clip, and this is actually a clip of Keil's basket at camp. You're going to see Taya Reimer, Brianna Jones. Jones actually is committed to James Madison last week. Reimer's one of the top 5 kids in the country in 2013. The idea really spanned, we were actually up in Cincinnati on the Plain Black, and Coach Hemingway, Jonathan Hemingway, national evaluator, and I, Keil Moore also was on the flight with us. We were just kind of kicking back and forth, what would be some cool opportunities for some kids in addition to USA basketball that exists already out there with the trials and tryouts. But, there you're getting much more of, once again, a tryout field where they're trying to pick a team, so you're not getting the same kind of drill work and or gameplay for the kids as we thought that we could get here in this camp, and we're able to do so subsequently during the course of the camp. We really were looking forward to having 36 of the top kids in the country. And as you can see here in this first drill, we're actually working through a high-low set. Ball comes up. We're actually getting a ball reversal. We're hitting the flash there at the top, reversing the ball out. You're going to see that here, catch, turn, reverse. That's India Bryant out of South Carolina, getting the post skip, and then a dive, and then hitting the second cutter. You see Keil making that pass to the top there, the flash for the second cut. So trying to keep all the kids active, moving, and make sure that we teach them something as well. We're going to break down each of our different drills that we were doing at camp, putting them all together before the gameplay. Keil's in the studio with me. Let's get down to business. As you can see here in the next clip, we're getting a simulated screen, a walk down, and then we're getting a roll. One of the things that we talk about here is you see the screen there from Taya. She actually rolls to the ball on what we call a second cut, making sure that we get their flash so we can get the score, and then we're also getting the straight cut up top and the jumper. Keil, talk to us a little bit about the drill and kind of what we were looking for.
You're just trying to teach kids how to move off the ball. So much of basketball, as we talked about a lot in camp, there's one basketball and there's 5 kids on the team, so most of the time on offense you're going to be playing without the ball. So trying to get them to learn how to move off the ball, how to imagine themselves setting up that cut. It's funny, actually Carolyn Peck talked a lot about that, of imagining your cuts and imagining where you're getting out of your cuts.
Here in this next clip, you're going to see, similar, still looking at that screen away from the ball. As you can see the second cut here, we got Jonathan Hemingway in the corner making this pass, and then we got a pass coming from up top. Keil, keep rolling on that thought there about Carolyn Peck, what she was talking to him about in terms of moving without the basketball, being effective without the basketball.
She was stressing the importance of kids really starting to, especially these one-on-one type drills. You're not just out there trying to complete and try to get through the drill. You need to try to add some game-like value to it. So, really imagining somebody defending you, how they play you with a certain cut that we put into place, and imagining the defender and how you were going to score the basketball in the game-like setting. So it was a great add-on for somebody of her caliber to give to the kids at the drill.
Good shot, all right here.
You just saw the camp picture there. Of all the campers together along with our staff. We get right back into that screen away from the ball. This time you're seeing the screener actually roll into the basket. The person who's getting the screen for them actually is popping off into what we call a fade cut in the corner. That's Sierra Burdick, ranked number 3 in the country, and you can see for good reason there with that mid-range. She's going to Tennessee. Biggest thing we talked about in this is continuing, once again, obviously move without the ball, but now ducking and then making yourself big so the passer can get you the ball at an angle. That's Jones again that we talked about earlier. As you see some of the 2011s, Sean Smith here on this basket along with Anton Webb. Keil, what'd you see from this group, man?
It's actually interesting to see. This is the oldest group, the 2011 kids at this bucket. But most of these kids actually committed to college, and there's a couple of them still taking on official visits this fall. It's great to see them still working on their game and getting ready for their senior seasons of high school basketball in the next level, which is a lot of fun working with them.
You can see here we're looking at a high ball screen now. We like for post and guards to go through both, being the screener and also being the person that catches the ball back. As you're going to be able to see here in a second, we're going to get a second cut. This is Jessie Ward from Clarksville with the ball. She hits Burdick and then comes right to coach and gets the second cut. Kyle, talk to us a little bit about Ward, her shooting ability, the drill you can see Christina Nelson involved with too.
I think it's great. You talk about playing off the ball with some of those off the ball screens we had earlier. Well, so much of college basketball is based upon the ball screen, the ability to read and react and try to force the defense to make a decision on how they want to play the screen and force two defenders to guard one. So it's great to try to get them into that. Get them into that and watch them work and try to figure out how they were going to apply that to the game situations. So, as you see right now, Christina Nelson in an unfamiliar position where she's got to come off the ball screen and make a read. But as the weekend progressed and we got to see them play more ball without that high ball screen, they did a better job making those reads.
Now you're going to see her still getting the high ball screen. This time, though, as you can see, young Taya Cooper with the basketball in her hand. She's getting the screen here from Andrea Carter, who's a Tennessee verbal commit. Kupax is going to pull the jumper, and the roll is going to get the second cut. You're going to see the same thing off the ball. Kyle, talk to us about the importance of being able to keep it, knock down the jumper.
It's the second read. So many times you're going to see kids cheat that ball screen and go under it. So, being able to read that and pull that jump shot and knock it down and keep the defense honest is so important. You're going to get a chance to see Alexia Standish, a kid that you'll never go under her ball screen with, and she's going to make that read right now.
It's funny, right now on the topic of ball screens, you actually can see the lob there. I'm looking at Team Future here, lob to Taryn Griffey off the roll. We're actually sitting in the office right now watching Derrick Rose on some video clips, who is absolutely killing the ball screen. It's so hard to guard him. He can turn the corner, get left, hit the mid-range pull-up, or he can get all the way around you on the right-hand side and hit that 8 to 10-foot floater. So it's very important, we thought, in terms of talking and teaching the kids that they be able to use this, because we do want to be able to come off the either hand, still be able to score, or in the case of Rose, when Joakim Noah rolls off of that, be able to hit him for a bucket as well. Switching baskets, still touching the ball screen. Sue Bird also is really good at this. Tanisha Wright, Seattle Storm, they do a lot of stuff with the high ball screen. So in addition to Rose and Noah and the Bulls, you also see a lot of that there with Brian Agler and his team. Kyle, talk to us a little bit about the ball screen and kind of what you see with that.
It's a part of the game right now that it's one of those things where teams are using their playmakers, setting that high ball screen with the post player, and you're actually seeing some teams even use it with some some threes and some fours to create switches and mismatches. With the type of athletes that the girls' game is starting to develop and evolve in, you've got kids that can really force defenses to pick their poison.
Hopefully if you're taking time to watch this video, you have read some of the recaps online, you've seen some of the Twitter and Facebook posts from the kids who were involved, the people, the parents who were involved. One of the things that we wanted to do was make this an enjoyable atmosphere for everybody involved. Hopefully we've done that. We're looking forward to, we'll have our first annual invite-only Hoop Jamboree next June. Dates will be released in the spring. So between that and All-American Camp and also Position and Rising Stars Camp, we can't wait to have you in the gym.